remember correctly, you went on the record and called this year's Cowboys legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
Are you starting to get a little nervous that the Cowboys haven't figured it all out?
I am getting a little bit nervous. I must admit this. Now, understand something. It doesn't matter to me whether they make the playoffs or not, go to the playoffs, even go to the Super Bowl. I am interested in what makes Cowboy fans most miserable. So, in other words, Max, if it makes you miserable, like, let's say, for example, you go 1-15 or 3-13. Well, that means you stink. Your season is a wash. You kind of know it. And it's no fun really beating up on you because you're resigned to the fact that you stink. So it's really no fun getting in it. Now, it's really fun when they have a good season and people start sticking out their chest, bloviating and all of that other stuff, and then they plummet. And
in
it's
other words,
really,
you're saying that you like them hurt? And they can't be hurt unless they fall from great heights.
You got to fall like Max. If you fell off a curb, it's different than falling from the roof. You see what I'm saying?
You want them to fall off the roof.
I want you falling from the roof. Okay. Right. Now, because I say that to you, here's where it gets a bit tricky. I have to admit, I'm very, very impressed with what I've seen Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones do this offseason. I like the upgrade. I think Cole Beasley going to Buffalo and Randall Cobb ending up, and I think that's where Cole Beasley, I don't remember correctly, but who cares? The point is, I think Cole Beasley being replaced by Randall Cobb is an upgrade. I think Jason Witten be back, as old as dirt as he may be in football parlance, and I'm not going to get into how slow he is. The bottom line is the man is always open, it seems, okay? You got Amari Cooper there. Signing DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, look, man, the guy's got more sacks than anybody at the defensive end spot over the last 2 years, I think, with 25 for crying out loud. The quarterback pressures, everything that he brings to the table. The fact that they were smart enough to get this done, I'm getting a little bit concerned. Am I worried about them winning the Super Bowl? No. I think they will find a way to mess it up. And we can't forget, let's keep in mind, just to remind our audience, I was at the Cowboys' loss at the L.A. Coliseum to the Rams in L.A. And I don't think Molly and Max, I actually told y'all what I did. Well, do you know, because I treated my sister Carmen, you know Carmen, because that's my baby. That's my baby. Mm-hmm. I flew Carmen out here. I flew Carmen and my brother-in-law out here to watch the game with me. And Max, I stood in the lobby of the JW Marriott. And, because I'm usually avoiding the Cowboy fans. I was like, where y'all going? You want a picture? I was actually walking around like, you don't want a picture with me? Let's have a conversation. I was trolling Cowboy fans. Yeah. It's the only time in my life I had Cowboy fans actually running away from me. They were hiding. They were trying to sneak through, trying to get to the elevator. I said, where y'all going? Why? Can I treat y'all to a drink? I was right in the lobby of the JW Marriott at LA Live, trolling Cowboy fans for about 3 hours after the game because the hotel was packed with Cowboy fans everywhere. And they were so miserable. And it touched my heart. It touched my heart to see the level of misery that them nauseating, disgusting fans that they are finally were going through their comeuppance, per se. This is what I wish for them. I don't know if I'm seeing that with these moves. Jerry and Stephen Jones are doing some things that are leading me to believe I might have problems in that category.
Look, I love using your own stuff against you.
Sure.
Here I'm going to hit Stephen A. Smith.
It's a rare moment you can, but go ahead.
You are trying to be slick. That might work on some people, but I've worked with you now too long. You're trying to be slick. You talk about Randall Cobb. You're not supposed to care if it's Randall Cunningham in his prime. Your whole point. Like, if you go to a Stephen A. Smith concert, it's like going to see Sinatra. He's got to sing My Way, right? You go to see Stephen A. Smith, he's got to say it's an accident waiting to happen. Can you roll that? We started the segment with this. Do you recall this? Right. The whole point is, no matter what they do, it's an accident waiting to happen. It's not supposed to matter if they got it figured out. In fact, as a Cowboys hater, I'm relying on your philosophy to bail us all out in the event that the Cowboys ever make it close. All right, that's enough of the accident waiting to happen. You now sound, I want you on the record. I want to be very, very clear about this.
Right.
Are you saying that these moves that Stephen and Jerry Jones are making is now having you rethink the accident waiting to happen?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that their normal level of perpetual ineptitude, I'm not seeing that right now. Usually I see it this early. I mean, like, for example, when David Irving quit because he wanted to puff without passing. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, when David Irving was doing that, I mean, I that fell right in line with my thinking. I was like, that's the Cowboys I know and love. That's the Cowboys I know and love. I mean, he didn't want to pass. He wanted to puff and keep on puffing. He didn't want to pass, okay?
Just when the drug test
his career, that's what he did.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. And I see
okay, but that's still going on.
Yeah, and it's absolutely, but he played 2 games last year, so who cared about him? Yeah, Randy Gregory's a different matter. But David Irving, he only played a couple of games, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get caught up with that, but I'm looking at Amari. I'm looking at and I'm looking at Randall Cobb. I'm knowing Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott are going to be taken care of. And on the defensive side of the ball, keeping Lawrence was a very, very big deal, and they did it. So I got to give credit where credit is due.
You know what? This predates these moves. This really started, to my way of thinking, when they passed on Manziel. That was such a Jerry Jones thing to do, to grab Manziel. But his son says, no. We're not going to take the quarterback who's going to flame out. We're going to go get that guy who's going to be an all-pro guard. Right? We're going to stock up on that offensive line. Like, to me, and that's going back years already, the Cowboys have been making those kind of smart and competent football moves. Even drafting Ezekiel Elliott as high as they did, it almost started a trend because Saquon then got drafted high, and Gurley got the contract and all that stuff, so the running backs became more valued. But even that kind of worked out for them because Ezekiel Elliott's the most important player on the team right now. They got Amari Cooper. They got, what are the Cowboys missing? But this started several years ago. Why are you only coming around to this now?
Well, listen, like I said, because I don't expect those moves to have that kind of impact, but I think the combination of the moves that we're seeing from them has really elevated them.